2025 Q2. What is the fastest way to lose weight? And as a byproduct, and as you progress in that journey, fat, right? So there's losing weight, but there's also losing body fat. And they're two different things. Some of us may just want to lose weight because we are simply overweight, as simple as that sounds. So you might want to lose an extra 20, 30 pounds, and you are not concerned about body fat, you're not concerned about body composition yet. You're trying to get your mindset straight just by losing first few pounds, right? Which I think is the smartest way to go about it, because if you have not been exposed to this lifestyle, you don't need to get that technical, although it's very simple as well. This video is really about, the easiest way to lose weight, especially if you're 40 and over. And I say that in this frame of references because it's usually around 37, 38, 39, 40. The symptoms of things slowing down start to show up in life, right? And that's just life. And things slow down. Maybe you start seeing some joint issues as a result of carrying all that weight. Your back, right? Lower back, upper back, even if you think about your belly, right? Your core, it may be protruding you forward. And as a result, your posture, you may be hunching, and you may be hunchback. You don't even realize that, right? So, windy, and it's a little chilly today, but I got a new gimbal, so I'm excited. While my other one broke, so the new shipment is on the way. This is a cheaper one. As a backup, I'm using this one here. Not too bad, not too bad. Pretty happy with it right now. So one of the easiest, there's many ways to go about this, folks, and the number one golden rule here, it's not rocket science, that what you have in your refrigerator ultimately makes a difference, right? So my watch, come on guys, what you have in your refrigerator matters. So you have to, if I were you, the smartest thing to do is write down everything that you're eating. And if essentially what I'm trying to tell you is to track what's going in your mouth, to track what time of the day you're eating, right? And the portion size, right? All of this, right? Now, you can also download an app called MyFitnessPal app. That was my go-to app. And I used that for many years. And I don't need the app anymore because I know my diet. I know my tracking mechanisms and protocols so well that I no longer need to track the food, the nutrition aspect of it. And I think this is the number one thing that people don't dial into when you are getting into your fitness journey, self-improvement journey, is that you ignore everything else, right? You ignore nutrition and pay attention to everything else, is what I'm trying to say. But if you can dial your nutrition down, okay, from day one, everything else is just gravy from there, because nutrition, diet is going to be 100% of the equation, guys. You could have the best workout, okay? You could have the best fitness equipment, all the fancy gears I talk about, but none of your progress will matter if you are still continuing to eat like crap, okay? And negating all the good deeds, all that hard work you're negating through a really bad diet, and as a result, you're not disciplined enough to watch what you're eating and control the outcome, right? Because to remind yourself, is that we are eating for results. We are eating for results, right? And those results is what the final product is, but to get to it takes a little bit of work. Now, the good news is that little bit of work is not a whole lot of work. A lot of that is the mindset. A lot of that really is the mindset around how you approach your fitness. You may need to tell your loved ones that you're about to take this journey, and some people, you'll see a difference right away, like within a week, within 2 weeks, even a month, right? A month you can see major changes. And I think to get a decent physique, it's about a 3 month program, a dedicated self. You dedicate yourself to this journey, and I can guarantee you, after 3 months, you're going to be looking at hitting the next parameter, right? The next goal. So, for example, if you want to lose 15, 20 pounds, which would be nice, right? Most of us, which would be nice, we're overweight, right? And once you hit that milestone, measure yourself every single day, track the progress. And when you get there, right, at the end of 2 months, 3 months, then you might want to shoot for a bigger goal. The good news is, meaning that you might want to drop another 10 pounds, right? Your clothes will fit differently. You may need to go to the store to buy different cuts, right? Your pants, your shirt, slimmer fits, right? We all love slim fits, right? Because it makes us feel good, right? And we want to show our results to people, right? That's just being part of human and enjoying the journey, right? Reaping the fruits of the benefits of your fruits of your labor. So what I would recommend is to start there first, right? Track your food, download the MyFitnessPal app. If you have a whiteboard, write that down, because out of sight, out of mind. And I see what I eat every single day. It's on the board, and sometimes I go off track, but I know how to bring myself back. The good news here, guys, is that you can get in the best shape of your life in less than 2 months, because anything that you put your mind to and put your heart and soul to, and really start following that as a religion and dedicate yourself, 2 months is not a long time, right? Wouldn't you like to drop 10, 15, 20 pounds, right? You're going to feel, if your body feels lighter, guys, your body feels lighter, you're going to feel amazing dropping all that weight, okay? You're going to feel amazing. So, and people will compliment you, right? So here's a few more tips. Is that what you want to do is make a habit of walking, brisk 10-minute walks, 15-minute walks, and I talk about this on my channel all the time. After your meals, take a brisk 10-15-minute walk around your neighborhood, because what happens is, after each meal, your insulin spikes, and you're trying to bring that down right away and start burning, getting your digestion process. A lot of us actually don't have a good digestion process. Is why you are where you are. And what we're trying to do is, spark that puppy and get your digestion going, right? So that's one. That's the other piece, right? The other part of this is drinking enough water, right? And I can't stress this enough, is you need to start prioritizing at least 8 to 10 cups. Start there, but I say a gallon of water. There's no way. I just don't buy the fact that you cannot put down a gallon of water, guy. You gotta do that. Here's what's gonna happen is, we have a horrible relationship with our mind to nutrition. What we put in our body is, we think we're hungry all the time, and we're really not. Most of us are not hungry. We don't need to start eating sporadically, intermittently. We have to have strategy around what we eat and when we eat and how we eat, right? So water is the good old adage way to curb false hunger signals. That's money right there. A lot of times when you think you are hungry, you're actually not hungry, right? Some of the tricks that I use is, well, first of all, do you appreciate the fresh taste of water? Right? Some of us might look at this as work, but once you connect your mind to that fresh drinking water, you're gonna change. Something happens, right? When you are present. A lot of us just take water for granted because we are in a hurry to drink soda, orange juice, right? All the sugary drinks. We are always motivated to drink that, but water is the best bang for your buck. It's gonna keep you full, curb your hunger signals, and guess what? Most important part, your digestion process. Yes, because here's the money. Here's the money part of it. Okay, you're gonna be peeing like a racehorse. So all that weight, all that fat you talk about, right? We want to get rid of. you're going to be excreting. Don't even get me started about pooping, okay? You're going to be taking dumps like you've never taken dumps before in your life, and you're going to be smiling because as we get older, one of the we deal with constipation, right? And we deal with constipation is because of our crappy diets, no pun intended, but our diets just diet, and also let's just say we have horrible diets, but we're not even drinking enough water, guys. A lot of us are dehydrated. A lot of us are dehydrated, and so drinking a gallon of water every single day will bring you back right where you need to be. I guarantee that because it's happened to me. I think I've shared stories on my channel about doctors putting me on prescribing or just telling me to go to Walgreens to fix my constipation problem that I had in my early to mid 40s. And turns out I wasn't drinking enough water, but I was overeating fiber, right? And so fiber is, you can argue both ways, but I haven't done too well with too much fiber. In moderation, sure, I'll have some here there through fruits, vegetables, some of the Quest protein bars has fiber, but let's focus on water, because water makes you go like nothing else, man. And if anything, you can dial into drinking a gallon of water every single day. Guarantee that you won't be overeating. You won't feel like eating like you do all the time, right? It's going to help you build a system of controls and protocols that prevent you from overeating, because water curbs that false hunger signal. Folks, I'm struggling with this gimbal is because this is new. So I'm used to the other one, but this for now does the job. It's nothing fancy. So if it's moving a whole lot, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best here. I still haven't figured out quite the dynamics. Yeah, it's not as good as the one that I had, right? But that's all right. That's okay. I am making the most of it. Not an excuse. You can still hear me. You can still get the message, right? It's still coming through. That's what matters. And as in anything that we do, procrastination can keep you from achieving, taking your first step, let alone even trying to get to the finished product, the first step. And on that note, the step, right? Your step count. You got to start walking, guys. You got to start walking. You got to start walking. If anything you don't want to do, right, I would highly recommend to get off the couch, okay, put that remote down, instill some good habits. I just talked about walking after each meal. I think it's to your benefit that you do so, and aim for, at least in the beginning, 6,000 to 7,000 steps. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not, guys. It's really not. I mean, when you're having fun with this activity, walking can become a very good source of therapy, healing, and you figure out your thoughts. I talk a lot about decision making, life, right? It can be very, not just therapeutic, but supernatural. It can expand your mind and then helps you focus on what's important to you, right? So use these walking sessions as therapy. If you're getting into an argument with your significant other, to say, honey, I'm going for a walk. I don't feel like arguing. Come with me. I've done this with my girlfriends in the past, and it's worked, right? And all of a sudden, that argument, staying indoors, will do you no good. But when you step out and start walking, all of a sudden, you realize that you were arguing over a bunch of nothing. And you're back to focusing on your mission at hand, right? And then some other tricks and tips here is you want to manage your stress, right? Stress is a big one. If you have toxic people around you, if you have relationships you need to cut off or fiend off and just take a break from, this would be a perfect time to do so, right? Because these things are going to get in your way. These people are going to sort of be those subconscious barriers essentially in your path that you don't need right now. Okay, so that's all I have. This is a kind of a run and gun. One, I'm testing my gimbal, and then two, just a quick video about how to wrap your mind around all these moving parts and pieces and protocols around fitness and getting into the best shape that you can. Okay, so we have to readjust my gimbal here. This is not looking too good. Okay, folks, till the next video. Mamba out.